Hello everyone, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing an energy reading for the month of September, and we will be discussing the astrological events. We're going to be doing a little healing ceremony for Maui and other places in the world that are suffering right now. And we are also going to be doing a card reading at the end of this video that will give us insight into September. We're going to see what beings want to come through to help us channel messages for September, for guidance, and also maybe as to why these things are happening in the world right now. So check the timestamps down below to see what resonates with you, or I highly recommend, as always, that you stay through the entirety of the video, as there's going to be things I talk about in early portions of the video that I interlink with later portions of the video, so it may not make sense if you skip around. But let's get into it, because this is going to be probably a longer video, a very big video. I took a lot of time and energy into preparing for this video because it is so dense. Yeah, let's just start with the August recap. So the energy of August, we had the Lionsgate portal energy on August 8th, which was one of the biggest portals we've experienced on this planet to date. It brought in a lot of energy from the galactics, from Sirius, the star planet Sirius, from the Lyran community, star race. And this energy that came through was really helping us to embody the energy of the lion. And with the lion, that represents courage, power, leadership, and just overall strength, right? So the energy of the Lionsgate brought through major abundance codes. So these light codes that were coming in from the star planet Sirius was helping to emanate light codes to us. But the way it works is the star planet Sirius emanates these frequencies at our central sun within our solar system, and then our sun mirrors and reflects it back to us. So we were bombarded by a lot of pretty heavy, intense light codes and frequencies from our sun, a lot of solar flares. And August 26th, we had a pretty intense, massive energy that came through. The Schumann resonance spiked pretty big. We had a sustained white light energy, solar flare, or solar flare. I almost said solar flash, that's incorrect. Solar flare. So this sustained white light energy at 78 hertz. So that was a pretty intense energy. So think back as to what you were doing on August 26th. Did you feel it? Did you not feel it? Did you have a lot of, as we go through time, we're going to experience more and more of these light codes that come in, these frequencies that come in, and they're meant to help us. It feels yucky, icky. I was going to say yicky. I was trying to combine the words. Maybe that's a new word for me. It doesn't feel good, right, when these light codes come in, because what it's doing is it's helping us to purge, to heal, to clear the density within so that we can bring in more light. So when you think about the process of a diamond, and that's what ascension is all about, is we're turning away from being a carbon-based being into a more crystalline being. So we are, in a sense, turning into diamonds, if you think of it in that way. Think about the carbon deposits and the immense pressure and heat that these carbon deposits go through in order to turn into the diamond. So it's like you have to go through this really ugly process to get this beautiful gem, right? This beautiful diamond in the end. And that's kind of the process that we're going through right now with this ascension on the planet. So it's going to look worse before it gets better. But I promise you, this is the energy that I've received from Spirit, that even though it looks dark, we are headed for beautiful new beginnings, okay? So just take that with you and keep that in your heart. Regardless of what you're seeing, just remember that beautiful new beginnings are transpiring from this darkness that we are seeing on the planet, okay? And I want to just get into the world events that took place. So I want to do a little healing ceremony right now. Once I discuss the events, we're going to discuss the events, and then we're going to do a little healing ceremony. So on August 8th, the Lionsgate portal, we had the Maui fire. So I found that pretty interesting that it happened on Lionsgate portal. That's pretty significant, and I don't think it's a coincidence that that happened on that day. So the Lionsgate portal, again, is linked into that lion energy, that fire energy, that Leo energy, right? Because the month of August is the Leo energy, the fire, the passion. So the Leo energy from July 23rd to August 22nd was pretty intense, with these frequencies coming in, especially around Lionsgate portal. So everything is by divine purpose. Even if it looks evil or dark, there is a purpose and a means to the destruction that's taking place on the planet. And moving into the spiritual meaning of the lion, it's one of strength, courage, and it's reminding us that no matter what life throws at us, we have the power within ourselves to overcome it. So we are being, you know, again, like that diamond process, going through immense pressure, immense heat, to turn into this beautiful crystalline being. It's very empowered, very strong, and nothing can phase us anymore. It's like we've gone through so much as a humanity, especially in the past 3 years. It's like we're getting to this point where we just expect chaos, and that's not good. Because when you're in this constant fight or flight energy, you're constantly looking for what's around the corner, being in that Seven of Swords energy of like, oh my gosh, you know, or that Seven of Wands energy, defending and guarding yourself for what's coming. That puts your frequency low. So Metatron came through the other day when I was kind of tuning into all of this, and he said, you have to remember the message that we brought through Archangel Michael's message back in December of 2022. I channeled a message from him. I'll link it below, where he talked about spiritual maintenance is of the utmost importance for this year because of what we're going to walk through. So being like the Buddha or like the Christ in the midst of chaos, but remaining calm, neutral, and balanced, and observing the chaos from a third-party perspective, but not entangling and entwining our energy and getting chaotic with what's already chaotic. You know, allowing our energy to be influenced in a chaotic way is not what we should be doing. And yes, we have compassions because we are empathic beings by nature. If we want to help, the best way we can help is to keep our frequency high, because that's what the planet needs. And the more people that have an elevated frequency in the higher planes, we shift the consciousness and the collective in that direction. The more and more people that are in low frequency, that is a reflection going on within us out into the world. So what we're seeing is a reflection of the inner turmoil and chaos being reflected out into the world stage as we all go through this shadow work and this healing process and this purging of the density within and bringing in more light. But the more light we bring in, the more we elevate in consciousness, the more we elevate in our frequency, and we can emanate that light back out to others that are suffering. So when we keep our vibration high, and the way we can help people is rather than dipping low and being like, oh gosh, how sad for them, you know, that really sucks, you know, and kind of looking at it from that perspective, keep our vibration high rather than dipping into that lower frequency and sending love and light and healing at the situation and visualizing, because that's the most important thing in manifestation, right? Visualizing and feeling the energy of love and strength and power and, you know, renewal for those people suffering, or the animals, the plants, the insects, anyone that's been affected by the situation at large, sending that energy of love to them, sending that energy of power, courage, strength to them, so that they can rise like the phoenix from the ashes and start to rebuild and become stronger and heal from the situation. That's the best thing we can do, is to send our energy and to visualize them rising back up rather than constantly focusing on the destruction or the sadness or the fear or everything that's in the lower frequency plane of vibration, right? We want to focus on things that are higher. So focusing on their growth, focusing on their renewal, their rebuilding, rising like the phoenix from the ashes, healing, you know, all of that positive energy, that's where our focus should be, because that's what we're manifesting. And the media does a great job at making our focus on the negative. That's where they make their money, right? It's a business. And negativity, that all sells, right? So that's what sells the news. That if they talk about love, light, and all this, they're not making as much money because people are addicted to drama and chaos. I don't know why. It's just, you know, it's interesting, right? Like, oh my gosh, what else happened? You know, it's kind of like the gossipy thing, like what else is happening, you know? So getting back to the world events, on August 11th, we had record-setting wildfires in Canada that started in May, engulfing nearly 13 Canadian provinces, which is about 134,000 square kilometers. And I'm sure by now it's way more than that. And on August 18th, we had nearly 200,000 Canadians that were forced to evacuate their homes due to the worst wildfires on record. These wildfires are going off like crazy around the world right now. The places that have been affected by these wildfires, of course, is Maui first and foremost, and Canada. Those are the two most devastating ones. And Turkey, Italy, Greece, Spain, Texas, and now Louisiana, Montana, Washington, and Oregon. And there's probably some that I've missed, but holy crap. The element of fire is really, and what is fire? Fire is an element of cleansing, right? Because after a fire, then new growth can build. That's when a forest has a fire, new growth is able to come through. So, and it also burns away and clears away all darkness, density, and negativity when you work with the element of fire. Doing any rituals or candle magic or anything like that, you can, it's a very powerful tool for cleansing. You can write down on a paper what you want to cleanse from your aura or from your life. And, you rip it up, throw it into the fire, and it transmutes that energy. It cleanses that energy. So yeah, big energies, you guys. And August 26th, we had the Schumann resonance, that I talked about with the 78 hertz of light that was sustained. And also on the 27th, the NOAA has predicted a cloud of solar debris that will make impact with the Earth, causing a G1 solar class storm. So we can expect more things to come. But again, it's like getting back into that Buddha, Christ, or whatever you resonate, whatever deity you resonate with, energy, and being like, they're showing me like somebody who's able to meditate in the middle of a war. As crazy as that sounds, that's the energy they're telling us to get into, because the more people, again, that keep their vibration high, balanced, harmonized in this peaceful energy, that's the energy we're emanating back out to the world. We all affect each other with our energy. We're all linked into the collective consciousness. So when one person out of 100 has a high frequency, they directly impact those other 99 people with that frequency. Same goes for the opposite, right? Those 99 people can affect that one person. But the one person that's at a higher frequency, if they know how to protect their energy and do their energy work, and they've done their shadow work, and they've maintained and practiced how to maintain that high frequency, those 99 people are not going to affect them. So that's where we're getting into spiritual mastery right now. All of this is happening for us to come into our spiritual mastery, to become these beacons of light that emanate this frequency out. And we are very grounded like an oak tree that has deep roots. We're grounded into Mother Nature, and any winds that come or any storm that comes, we are not going to be affected by it. That beautiful tree in Maui that survived, I think it's called the, let me just look it up because I don't want to misspeak. I think it's called the banyan tree. Yeah, banyan tree. That beautiful tree that survived those fires. What a beautiful representation of strength. Basically, I took that to mean that not everything will be destroyed. What needs to be let go of or released or cleared will be let go of, released, and cleared. And, it's very unfortunate for those that have lost family members, homes, businesses, pets, land, the list goes on. It's very unfortunate, but Spirit is asking us to look at it from the higher bird's eye view perspective, as challenging as that is. As challenging as that is, to come to the higher level of like, okay, at a higher level, I chose to be here on earth at this time. My soul has incarnated here for a reason. And there are certain points within our journey that are destined to happen for our spiritual growth and our evolution, and to help us learn lessons and to clear karma. So what one soul goes through, another soul is not going to go through. And our ego, with situations like that, of course, is going to be hurt. Like, God, why did this happen to me? And this person over here is completely fine. But coming to the higher perspective of like, you don't know that just because this person didn't go through something like what you did, that they're not suffering in another way that's not as physical. It could be more emotional suffering, or you just never know, right? So we should stop playing the victim and stop looking and projecting our energy as to like, why me and why not them, or, you know, why them, why did this happen? We have to get back into focusing on our own energy and our own healing journey, and realizing that we all incarnated with certain lessons and tests and events that would take place in our life to help us awaken spiritually, to help us ascend, and to get back into a more love light frequency. We are all going through all this destruction. We are shifting consciousness on this planet, and that is not an easy business, okay? Shifting out of the third dimension into the fifth dimension, that takes a lot of energy, and we're seeing what's happening with that, right? So think of it when you're trying to rebuild a home or remodel a home, and the home's foundation is shaky and it's very old and it's outdated and the wood is starting to rot, and you just know that the electricity wires or the plumbing or whatever is outdated and out of code. The new technology that has come through for plumbing and electricity and maybe, you know, types of wood and types of roofing and all of that, it's new and updated information that needs to now be implemented into this old. So you can't have the old foundation or the old materials that home was made of, or it's not going to sustain itself. It's going to collapse. So that which is not sustainable will collapse, right? In order for us to build the new foundation that's going to be more stable and going to be more in alignment with the 5D New Earth energies. So that's taking place across the board with banks, with businesses, within our own personal lives, you know, within media. You're seeing a lot of truths being surfaced, a lot of destruction happening, a lot of corruption being shown. You know, with the Maui fires, we're seeing a lot of like why that took place. You know, it's showing the, excuse me, the negligence behind the situation, which is putting a spotlight onto where we need to make changes, right? Like this shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. If we had implemented a plan, if we had, you know, done X, Y, and Z, saying for the government, this wouldn't have happened, right? But things have to happen, mistakes have to happen, accidents have to happen in order to bring awareness and put a spotlight on where things need to shift or change for the better, right? And of course, you know, the suffering that takes place from that is unfortunate, but it really does light a fire, so to speak, underneath government and officials that really can't hide this anymore and can't hide the fact that they need to make changes for the better, right? Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a big video, so just bear with me. There's a lot of information coming through from Spirit as I've made notes as well. So the 888 energy is in numerology linked into abundance, and that's linking back into the Lionsgate energy of these abundance codes that came in. So we were bombarded in August with these abundance code frequencies, and these frequencies that are helping us shift into 5D New Earth, because 5D New Earth is about peace, love, hope, light, peace being the foundation of it, but abundance also being the foundation of it. You know, we are abundant. We have food for everybody. We have homes and shelter for everybody. We have water for everybody. Everyone's needs are met. That's kind of the new earth energy. That's what we're moving towards, and getting away from this old corrupt way of everybody struggling, everybody hurting, everybody not being able to have enough to meet their needs, right? That's what we're moving away from. So we were bombarded with that 888 energy of abundance to bring about this new abundant code that all of us are integrating right now, and we're still integrating it. And you're going to start to see things in your own personal life take form of shifting that abundance. And when you see it in your own life, and more people are starting to see this abundance transformation take place in their own life, it's rippling out into the collective. Because as above, so below, as within, so without, with that mirror reflection of us and what we're going through being reflected out into the world stage. Okay, so in August, we had all of the elements of nature at play. We had earthquakes, we had fire, we had water, we had air. There was a major earthquake that took place in Oahu, I can't say that, Ojai, California, O-J-A-I, I always say that wrong. On August 18th, we had Hurricane Hillary starting to approach the Baja California area near Mexico, and it was forecast as a Category 4 storm set to affect parts of Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada with flooding and dangerously high winds. And that was supposed to pass right to my doorstep. And immediately when I heard about that hurricane, I intuitively went in and I was like, is it going to be as big as it is? The answer was no. And I pulled cards on it, and the answer was it's going to be very minimal, normal rainstorm with very low winds. You may experience some winds and some rain, but it's not going to be a Category 4 storm. So I immediately started to put an energy bubble of pink love light protection around the areas that were in the direct line of path of this hurricane. So Nevada, Arizona, California, and Mexico's border, I put love light frequencies around that area to help protect and to neutralize the storm. I kept visualizing the storm getting weaker and weaker. And by the time that storm reached my doorstep, it was only 18-mile-per-hour winds with just like a normal rain. It was just raining all day and that was it. So I'm not saying that I alone did that. Spirit, I asked for help. I put the energy protection, but I'm sure there was more than just myself doing this kind of energy work, trying to diffuse the situation. So that is the power of us as light beings. And I just got goosebumps. Spirit really wants us to understand how we can directly impact in a negative or a positive way, depending on where we put our vibration, frequency, energy, and attention to. So if more of us are putting our energy into healing the situation, we can diffuse that storm. We can put that fire out, but it comes from believing in your power, believing in your own internal magic as the creator that can impact and affect things that are happening and help to manifest situations into neutralizing situations that are chaotic, right? So this is a time for us again to get into our spiritual mastery and to learn our power as light beings on this planet, to become that light worker, that light warrior. We've been in practice for so long. Now we need to step up to the plate and implement the knowledge and wisdom that we've integrated and start utilizing it for the benefit of humanity. And while editing this video, I learned about Hurricane Idalia setting range for Florida's Big Bend region near Keaton Beach in the Gulf Coast. And I immediately started to put love light frequencies, a pink bubble of light around that hurricane's path, asking God, the angels, to really put protection and to decrease the strength of the storm. Today is August 30th as I'm recording this soundbite, and the Category 4 storm dropped to a Category 3 this morning. So I'm really putting energy and intention that this drops quickly and this moves quickly to be resolved and to protect the people, the animals, the plants in that region the best that God can do so. And I'm currently burning an energy candle for that as well to really assist those people as they are getting hit hard. All right, let's get into the healing ceremony here. So I have infused this candle with frequencies to help heal, to calm, to neutralize, to harmonize, to balance, to restore, to replenish those that were affected with all of these events. So there's a lot of energies that have been playing out on the planet. So we're just going to put attention to all of these areas, all of these people that have been affected by earth, air, fire, and water energy, the plants, the animals on land, within water, the insects, the people, everyone and everything that's been affected by war, by any trauma or chaos, right? This is for them. This is for us. This is for the planet at large. So I just want you to visualize with me that any area that's being affected with chaos, trauma, turmoil, that chaos, trauma, turmoil is starting to diffuse. Those flames are being put out, and growth, regeneration, and healing is taking place. And so it is. All right, and we're gonna let this baby burn until she burns herself out. Send that energy out to the ethers. All right, you guys, let's get into September's theme. I just finished all the Zodiac readings, so you can check the links below if you missed your reading. And let's get into the main message that I saw for September. So we are obviously in a transitional time right now, and we are unlocking our true potential, our authentic version of ourselves. That's been kind of like leading up for the past couple months, and now it's about us really stepping into that authentic version of us and becoming who we truly are meant to be here. And this may feel like you're in between worlds, right? Like you have one foot in 3D, one foot in 5D, and you're kind of teetery-tottering in between because you're not ready to let go of 3D yet because you don't really see what's in 5D yet. So it's kind of like this teetery-tottery, weebly-wobbly energy. And the vision that Spirit gave me when I was tuning into that is the haunted house ride in Disneyland. So like when you go into the haunted house ride, and you can look up on YouTube that ride so you understand what I'm talking about. You wait in line and then you get to this main lobby of the haunted house, and then they take you into this elevator, and then you go down and everything gets stretched. You see the walls stretching, the paintings on the wall get stretched, and they're just like continuously stretching, and you feel like you're stretching and everything's getting darker and heavier. Oh my gosh, something on my thing behind there just like fell and scared the bejesus out of me. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, Spirit's saying that we're in this dark energy and it's very spooky, right? And with that haunted house, like things are getting creepier and creepier and creepier. And then at the end, you look up and you see this like scary woman who's like hanging at the top, and it's just like, yeah, Nightmare City, right? So Spirit's saying that our energy is like being stretched right now because we are expanding consciousness. We are expanding our auric field and creating this higher vibration within us, this higher consciousness within us. And in 5D, we're more expansive. Our light expands more than it does in 3D because we're able to hold more light in our vessel. So that's what's happening, is we're being stretched right now spiritually. And with that, you know, we're purging, we're healing, we're clearing so that we can integrate more and more light. And as that happens, more and more darkness is coming up, and it looks like scary, right? You're just like, oh my gosh, there's like demons everywhere. There's monsters everywhere. Everywhere I look and turn, it's just dark. It's eerie. It's dreary. So that's the vision they gave me. But it's also like Spirit wants us to have fun through the process, as crazy as that sounds. So just like then I got scared, but then I laughed afterwards, right? So it's about remaining positive through the turmoil. So like if you have a traumatic situation, of course, you're going to need to take your time to decompress and rest and heal from that trauma. But if you're an observer to the situation, you can send your love and light and healing at the situation and then immediately come back to a higher frequency, getting into joy and laughter. Because again, the more and more people that stay in that frequency, you're helping to pass that frequency out, to emanate that out. And other people are going to pick up on that frequency, and it's going to infuse in their spirit to help them ascend back up, you know? It's going to be like a phoenix rising from the ashes kind of energy. So the overall cards that kept coming up in these Zodiac readings was good timing. So check the astrological dates for planning events in your life. So look at your birth chart and see where the stars align for you in your birth chart, and you'll be able to see like when's a good time to start dating, when's a good time to find that job, sign the contracts, find a home, that sort of stuff. And we also had the card of divine flow, let your heart lead you. And we had nurture your manifestations. So continuing to visualize and putting energy, attention, and focus into your manifestations, watering and nurturing them, saying your affirmations, spending time in meditation, visualizing yourself there, all of that stuff. And we are becoming new versions of ourselves this month. You know, we've been in the process of renewal, but we're really starting to see that come to light in September. You may notice if you look back August 1st through, September 1st, how much growth and transformation took place. And are you the same person? Do you feel like the same person? Or do you feel like a completely new person and you're still trying to figure out who this newer version of you is, right? And that's kind of like that teetery-tottery, like I'm letting go of who I used to be, and I'm kind of having an identity crisis as I tap into this newer version of who I'm becoming. So the other energy that came through in the readings was to fill your cup first and let others handle their own situations. So again, that's about letting go of the chaos, the fear, the drama, the fight or flight energy, maintaining a higher vibrational frequency so that you can assist people. And it's also about manifestation, because When you're in a higher frequency, a higher vibration, you're able to manifest. When you're in a lower frequency, you're still manifesting, but of course you're not going to manifest things that are in that higher vibration. You're only going to be able to manifest within that lower vibration. So more of the same energy, right? If you're in that chaos, you're going to manifest more chaos. If you're in the higher frequencies, you'll be able to pull in more of those manifestations. So yeah, really focusing on putting your energy into your creative visions and cutting out the distractions of the world, the chaos, the drama, or with family and friends too. You know, just let people kind of figure things out for themselves. Again, send love light at the situation, visualize them getting through it, and you've done your part, move on from it. No longer needing to attach your energy or drain your energy to that situation as it's not helpful. We need to keep your vibration high to help the planet into that vibration. And these chaotic energies aren't going to go away. So again, it's about becoming the master within these energies and not letting anything phase you, right? Yes, we're still going to be challenged at times and we're going to have to breathe through it. But if you look at your life, things that used to affect you one way 10 years ago, you may, okay, for example, if somebody says something that triggered you, you may have like ruminated on that for like a month and just like been like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that to me for like a month, right? And now it may affect you, but it goes away within an hour. You let that energy go within an hour. So that's the difference here, right? As you ascend, you become more like a spiritual master and frequencies no longer affect you in the way that they did before. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you kind of energy, you know, getting into this strength within yourself that anything that happens outside of you is not going to impact who you believe you are as a soul. Others' opinions don't matter at the end of the day, right? As long as you're doing right by yourself and others. So unless the chaos is directly affected at you, just move on from it. That's just the overall message there. So Spirit was bringing through the energy of the Tower. They kept showing me the Tower card on my mind and said, you know, like the Tower card in the tarot, with the destruction and the chaos, it's about tearing down old foundations, because the Tower is removing and destroying anything that is not needed or meant moving into the future. And it's about, you know, letting go ultimately so that we can build new healthy foundations within ourselves, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically.
And after the Tower card, we have the Star card. So once a soul goes through this destruction, this chaos, this turmoil, the healing takes place. The healing and the renewal and the miracles come through to help that soul heal. And with that, the moon energy comes thereafter, which is helping the soul to look into the subconscious mind, to see the challenges that were surfaced, the struggle, all of what needs to be seen and integrated from that destruction or that experience is then processed by the subconscious mind or revealed by the subconscious mind to help that soul come to a higher awakening into this more enlightened energy, this more happy energy, seeing it from a different perspective, so to speak, which can bring about a spiritual awakening, helping that soul with the judgment here come to a spiritually awakened perspective of their situation, no longer feeling down or out around their situation, but understanding that things had to happen and take place within their lives to bring about this new shift or change within their life. And with that, we have the World card, which signifies a goal or a lesson or karma completed, and that soul is now able to take those lessons, take that experience, integrate the knowledge and wisdom from it, and start a new chapter or a new beginning here with the Fool card.
Which is about miracles, faith, hope, renewal, new beginnings. So we're walking through as a collective, you know, because in tarot, it's representative of the soul's journey in life, right? So as a humanity, we're walking through the energy of the Tower, but we will be coming into the Fool energy, these new, peaceful, hopeful miracles, beginnings, new beginnings, all of that energy. But each soul is going to embark on that journey at a different time frame. So one person may still be experiencing the Tower in their life, while another person is embarking on the Fool. So every soul is going to take their time on that journey, depending on where they're at vibrationally. But the quicker we all heal, the quicker the planet heals. But we can't force people to awaken. We can't force people to heal. And if we try to do so, Spirit gives us like a slap on the hand and is like, that is bad. That is bad. Don't you do that. They have their own spiritual team. Let those people's spiritual team work with them on to awaken them to higher knowledge and wisdom, to awaken them out of the matrix. We just have to send love and light to them and be an example to them, right? Through our actions and our words, but to not force them into knowledge that they're not yet ready for. Because if we try to force a soul into awakening, we could cause more damage than is necessary. Think about your awakening journey, and when you awoke to spiritual knowledge and wisdom, and you started to see how the matrix works and how the government works and all these dark things that you were, ignorantly blissful to before, ignorance is bliss, and then you become awakened and you're like, oh my God, I can't unsee that. How am I ever going to live life happy and free, knowing what I know now? And especially with trafficking, with, younger souls on the planet and all these things, right? If you try to put too much information in a soul that's not yet prepared vibrationally to hear that, it could spin them into a negative mental mindset that makes them want to, unfortunately, maybe end their life. Okay, because it is a lot of information that comes through when people are spiritually awakened. So we want to seed in information to people if we're being called by Spirit to do it. Like if you're in a conversation in Spirit, you have this feeling come through, not from the ego, from the heart center of like, if you share this information here right in this moment, it's going to seed in something for them that's going to benefit their awakening. Do so. But if you're from the ego, like, I need to tell you about all this stuff right here, X, Y, and Z that's happening, you need to be aware of it. That's not the energy, right? All right, let's get into September's color theme, which is red. And red is linked into the root chakra and is energizing and exciting while symbolizing passion, strength, courage, physical activity, creativity, warmth, and security. It's also associated with aggression. So we are still going to see that aggressive tower kind of moment energy in September, but it's more so about, staying focused on you, okay? Not the chaos. And the crystals for this month, we had, clear quartz, which is about harmony, peace. It's a master healer. So, it helps you manifest healing in all aspects of your life, bringing you back into balance within the mind, body, and soul, and just helping you to manifest a new situation for yourself, or healing within the mind, body, and soul. And we also have smoky quartz. And smoky quartz is really good for dispersing fear or negativity and removing depression. It can be used to provide emotional balance, remove anxiety or stress, and at the same time promote positive thoughts. It's also very, very grounding. This stone helps you ground into Mother Nature. And when we are grounded and in the present moment, our energy is not as affected. If we're kind of all over the place, we need to ground our energy. And as of late, these light codes coming in and all this energy, ground, ground, ground. Look into foods that help ground you. Walk barefoot in nature. Get out in nature. Deep breath works, meditation, using crystals to help you through the energies that you need assistance with. We also have black obsidian, which is a grounding and protecting and cleansing stone. It cleanses the aura of negative energies, and it gives you a sense of strength and inner peace and confidence. And we also have red jasper, if I can show this. So red jasper is about endurance, strength, passion, protection, and it helps to ground your energy, promoting stability, balance, and focusing on physical and emotional needs of the individual. So those are the crystals that they recommended for this month. Let's get into the astrology forecast for September. So on September 1st, we have Venus goes direct in Leo. This will make us feel more confident and feel like we want to get back on track and move forward towards making plans as we prep for the new season. On September 4th, we have Mercury in Virgo, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This energy will make us feel more productive. It's a great day to send out job resumes and pitches or anything important regarding emails and stuff like that. Also on September 4th, we have Jupiter goes retrograde in Taurus. This energy will make us feel a little bit unstable, hence, using the recommended grounded crystals to keep you grounded and doing what you can to ground your energy. Salt baths, getting out in nature, meditation, working out is a good way to release energy. On September 6th, we have Sun in Virgo conjunct Mercury in Virgo. This is a great time for analyzing situations to get ahead of the game with planning and brainstorming important ideas. On September 8th, we have Sun in Virgo, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This is a great day for career and financial opportunities, allowing what you invest to really blossom and start to grow. So the time and energy that you're putting into these creative ideas, this energy of this day is really helping to blossom and grow these manifestations or build upon those energies that you've already invested time and energy into. On September 13th, we have Pallas enters Libra. This represents an energy of learning to balance the needs between our heads and our hearts, as well as making the best choices in our lives for moving forward. Also on September 13th, we have Vesta enters Cancer. This represents an energy of commitment towards yourself and family by helping us to direct our main focus on building a stable foundation for ourselves and for our loved ones. So there we go about the tower energy of trying to rebuild and create stability in our lives again. On September 14th, we have new moon in Virgo. This is a great day to start new routines, to be productive, and to focus on taking care of your health and coming up with new ways to improve not only your health, your life, but just yourself overall. This is also a great day to do candle magic, so kind of the same thing that we did in the beginning, putting an energy and intention into it, really visualizing that and lighting the flame and casting that out to the universe to manifest back. On September 15th, we have Mercury goes direct in Virgo. After the chaos of the retrograde, this energy helps us to get back on track and organize our lives by calming down our anxious minds as we start to think logically again. So I really do feel strongly that the collective is going to start to see a calm down. The flames, Spirit's showing me, when the fire department comes in, neutralizing a fire and the smoke that generates from that. I'm seeing September as kind of like that smoky energy. We're starting to feel a little bit more at peace with our situation, like the flames have been put out and we're starting to be able to be like, okay, now we can move forward. On September 15th, Ceres enters Scorpio. This energy will make us feel more generous as we may be sharing resources and space and time with others and creating deep connections that are long-term. So choose these people wisely because it's going to be a deep connection that's around for the long term. On September 15th, we also have Sun in Virgo, trine Uranus in Taurus. This joy-filled energy brings in a boost of positivity, wonder, and good luck. It's also helping us to shift our lives for the better. So again, around mid-September, we're starting to see this movement forward, this energy lift, this heaviness lift, this darker energy kind of phase out like a fog, On September 16th, Venus in Leo squared Jupiter in Taurus. This energy could make you want to jump all in too quickly, so don't give your heart away too soon in a relationship, or it could lead to regret and awkwardness in the future. Then on September 19th, we have Sun in Virgo opposite Neptune in Pisces. This energy can stir up gossip and pettiness. So just be careful with everything that you're hearing and get your facts right before you repeat any information to anybody, or you could regret that later. Then on the 20th, we have Sun in Virgo trine Pluto in Capricorn. This energy can help you to get noticed and praised for your hard work in the workplace. So use it to your benefit and really ask for that raise or that promotion or that public recognition for a job well done, or anything that you really truly feel that you deserve. Then on September 22nd, we have Sun enters Libra. This is the first day of autumn or spring, depending on where you are in the world. And this is also about standing our ground with important issues without pushing people away. So being very confident and strong within our belief system, and, you know, maintaining our boundaries and like, this is what I will and will not accept, or, you know, this is how it is, but without pushing people away, like doing it in a, you know, like what would Jesus do kind of energy, right? Like that's what's coming to mind. So doing it in a way where you're being like, this is what I need, but not being like forceful or vengeful with the way you present the information. I take it to not only be about a seasonal change, but also about balancing the day and the night. And it's also on a spiritual level about balancing the light and the dark within us too. So within our situation, balancing the light and the dark, because it's also about, you know, what we have within is being reflected back out onto the world stage. So as we start to see things calm down within our own internal body and our own situations, our own little matrices, we're going to see, you know, the world at large starting to calm down a little bit and get more balanced. I don't know why, but this is the first time since 2019 where I've actually been excited to celebrate the holidays again. I am like so looking forward to decorating and binge watching all the holiday goodies, you know, all those holiday classics. So if you have any holiday classic favorite movies that you just absolutely love, please put it in the comments below, because I'm looking for like new movies that maybe I'm not aware of to like really invest in this holiday season. And Spirit is saying like this is the kind of energy we need to get back into, is like enjoyment and fun and doing things that like boost our spirit and make us happy. And for me, it's like binge watching Harry Potter, getting into the holiday like decorating. With my candle line that I'm creating, I'm currently developing a fall line fragrance as well. And, you know, working with the pumpkins and the apples, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it's feeding my soul so much joy. So that's really what we need to start doing in September, is as we move into this new season, this fall season, or summer season, wherever you are, just start doing things that really like help you with that seasonal change, not only on a physical level with your surroundings, you know, but, you know, spiritually, you're going through changes as well. On September 23rd, we have the partial solar eclipse. And this eclipse is ultimately meant for us to demand more of ourselves. And the events around it will prove to be a test of our strength and our resolve to achieve our dreams. It's going to really help us step into that fear, to tap into that authentic version of ourselves, and to really dive deep in that new path, that new timeline that is going to shift and transform our lives in a major way. And, you know, it's also about helping us to embrace the changes that are taking place in our lives with that. This is also the day of the fall and the spring equinox, depending on where you are in the world. And the fall equinox is all about creating balance in your life and manifesting in your abundance. So bringing forth the harvest of your manifestations that you've been placing in the past. And spring equinox is all about creating new beginnings. So planting in those seeds towards your manifestations for the future. Then on the 25th, we have Mercury in Virgo, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This energy encourages us to get creative with our visions and really start to think outside the box to improve our lives. So that solar eclipse kind of backs that energy of like bringing that through for us. You know, it opens up that gateway, that portal into that new timeline for you. On the 27th, we have Sun in Virgo opposite Saturn in Pisces. This restrictive energy can cause an identity crisis and make us feel overburdened and underappreciated if we're not allowed to fully express ourselves. So don't hold back. As if you hold back your thoughts and your words and your emotions, that can cause energetic blockages within your chakra system. So just be open, let her rip, let it come out, do it in a graceful, peaceful way. You catch more flies with honey, so to speak. So on the 29th, we have full moon in Aries. This fiery energy allows us to embrace our spirit and take control of our destiny. So we need to really feel and release our emotions at this time as they guide us towards letting go and purging what no longer is serving us. So the full moon is all about that release, letting go. You can do ceremonies, you know, writing down what you want to release and let go of, rip it up, put it into a fire. Obviously do the fire outside of your home in a safe space, a fire pit, however you want to do it, and really set that intention to cleanse that from your life and your aura, whatever it is that you need to release. And on the 29th, we have Venus in Leo square Uranus in Taurus. This moon's energy may also make us feel a little bit anxious within our emotions. We may run a little bit hot. So petty fights could arise to destroy our solid foundations and relationships. So this is not the best day for romance or even possibly hanging out with people. So if you are a little bit more sensitive to that kind of energy with the moon, I recommend that you maybe hold back, go into hermit mode, maybe spend some time in self-care, really nurturing yourself as you release and heal what needs to be healed and cleared. Then on the 30th, we have Mercury in Virgo, trine Uranus in Taurus. This energy can make us feel more encouraged and determined towards planning for our future goals and getting back on the right track towards our success. So yeah, this month is all about really us getting back on track. Yes, we're still integrating. Yes, we're still going through a transitional time. Yes, we're still becoming new versions of ourselves, but it's ultimately about this energy of kind of bringing in more calm, neutral, balanced energies to really push us into this new timeline and getting us back on track with things, you know, because when we're in chaos, we're not on track. Everything becomes imbalanced and we're having to focus on the chaos rather than moving ahead. All right, let's get into the card reading. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring through. So I'm just going to clear the energy. Be mindful if you're wearing headphones. All right, and to save time, I have pre-shuffled some cards here to see what Spirit wants to bring through, so this video is not too long. So let's see what the overall oracle energy is for September. We have the 23rd. What was on the 23rd? What was that? Oh, the solar eclipse. Okay, so on the solar eclipse energy, we have soul satisfaction. Honor your uniqueness. Do what makes you feel good. Yes, getting back into that energy that Spirit was recommending about us having joy. You know, celebrating the fall or the summer. Do what you can around your home to really help you with, you know, decorating or however it brings joy to you with this seasonal change. Whatever you do, go have a bonfire, go to the beach, or whatever it is that you do to celebrate this shift of season taking place or this shift within yourself. Go have fun with family, friends, really enjoy yourself. Let your inner child come out. And we also have release your inner rebel. Oh my gosh, stop it. Look at these cards. We have the card number 23. Wait, let's see here. Number 23 and 23. Okay, so Spirit is really saying with this solar eclipse, we have major transformation and change helping us to move into this new timeline that we are meant for. It says, release your inner rebel, be yourself, and create your own universe. I love it. Exactly what we've been talking about. Spirit is really backing that energy tenfold. Let go, let God. Things are moving and shifting for the better. Believe in that with the butterflies here, with this transformation that we are embarking upon. Rainbows in this card is all about blessings and new beginnings coming through. All right, let's look at the tarot. See what we got. We have 3 of Wands. It says, I have the energy I need to realize my goals. We have 4 of Wands, which is the universe brings all I need to feel blissful. We have the Magician. I manifest perfectly what I desire. We have the Sun. I am optimistic and appreciate all I have. We have the Moon. My intuition guides me to the right decision. Two of Pentacles. I calmly make the best possible decision. So again, with that decision energy. We have the Tower. I surrender and know how to go forward. Yes, again, that's what we were talking about earlier in this video, the Tower moment that we're all walking through. But it's all meant to cleanse and clear and transform us so that we can move into these beautiful blessings. Yes, with the World card, I celebrate life and welcome new energy. Love it. What a beautiful way to end this. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Beautiful new beginnings coming in, beautiful new seasonal shift happening. We are becoming like the magician here. You know, we're walking away from these painful endings with this tower here, becoming the creator of our life here with the magician and leading us into this abundance and happiness here. Okay, so beautiful things are happening. Stay grounded, stay centered. Come back to this video if you start to become weary and forget that we are moving into beautiful new beginnings. All right, I'm sending you so much love and light. If that resonated, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will see you in another video. Bye.